Welcome to a continuation of our third subtopic, which is staff notation. After this lesson, you should be able to name pitches by letter name on the staff in two additional clefs, alto and tenor. While treble and bass clefs are very commonly used, you should learn to read other clefs as well, since they are standard in orchestral and choral scores. A special type of clef called a C clef is used to indicate where middle C is placed on the staff. The location of middle C determines what the clef name will be and the location of all the other notes on the lines and spaces. Because of this, C clefs are known as movable clefs. One type of movable clef is the alto clef, and it is indicated by a C clef where the two curved lines come together on the third line of the staff, indicating that line is middle C. So you can see the little notch that's made here by the curved lines are pointing to that third line. And they have different letter names, or the lines and spaces have different letter names because of that. And so in relating this to the treble clef, the alto clef notes are one letter name higher than they would be called on the treble clef. For example, the third line in the treble clef is called B, but in the alto clef it is called C, which is just one letter name higher. This would be G in the treble clef, so it is A in the alto clef, one letter name higher. Now try and name some alto clef letter names on the staff on your own. If anything is confusing, you may pause and go and rewatch, or jot down a question to ask in class. Let's go ahead and check those answers. Number 2 is F sharp. This would be E on the treble clef, but we call it one higher, so it's F, and we have a sharp there next to it, so that's F sharp. Number 3 is E, would be called D if it was the treble clef, so we're calling it E in the alto. Number 4 is E flat, so this would be the E line with a flat, and then number 5 is C right there on the middle line. Another clef is called the tenor clef, and it is indicated by a C clef where the two curved lines come together on the fourth line. So you can see its position is different. It looks the same, but the position is different, making this fourth line, or indicating that the fourth line is where middle C is located. So in relating this to the treble clef, the tenor clef notes are one letter name lower than they would be called on the treble clef. For example, the fourth line in the treble clef is called D, but in the tenor clef it is called C, just one letter name lower than the treble clef. Now try and name some tenor clef letter names on the staff on your own. If anything is confusing, you may pause and rewatch, or jot down a question to ask me in class. Let's check those answers. Number 6 is B flat. We would call this C if it was treble clef, one letter name lower. Okay, also knowing that the fourth line is C, so this would be one note lower, which would be B, and we have a flat sign, so it's B flat. 7 is D. 8, F sharp, would be G in the treble clef, so it's one lower, F sharp. Number 9 is G. Just a little recap of what we learned. We learned how to identify note names on the alto and tenor clef staffs.